I still have my training wheels on. Mazel tov. Who hasn't heard that phrase before? Anybody? It's become so mainstream that even the Black Eyed Peas put it in their song, I've Got a Feeling. It's become synonymous with salutation, congratulations. And probably most Jewish people who use it have no idea what they're saying when they say Mazel tov. I know I didn't for many, many years, and a few years ago I was doing some research, can't remember what it was, but I came across what that actually meant. And now when I say Mazel tov, even though it sounds like I'm saying the same thing to everybody, it really in my mind, it's so different, so much more meaningful. I thought I'd share that today. The word mazel literally means a drip from above. It's a Hebrew word, and the other word tov is good. So it's a good drip from above. Mazel can have different connotations depending on its context, but they all are connected to the basic definition, something trickling down from above. The sign of the zodiac are called mazalot. And the Jewish tradition, Jewish tradition sees the constellations on high as directing destiny of the individual and the nations down below. Thus, mazel is the influence dripping down from the stars, or ultimately from God. Over the years, good or bad, mazels have become luck more than destiny. But when a child was born in the biblical days, a seer would come and look at the stars of the day he was, of the constellations when he was born, and they would do a natal chart. Has anybody ever seen or heard of a natal chart before? And it's this chart that has all the different zodiac signs. And then there's these lines going like this and that and everything else. And then it tells the person like so many intricate things about their personality, their character traits, how they're going to react to things, how they see things, even their vocation. So the chart would tell them many things of the child's life, health, wealth, even their vocation. And the Talmud, it's a rabbinical text of Judaism, speaks about the influence of the constellations on the person's destiny. Being born under a certain constellation can predispose a person to certain personal character traits, but it's up to the individual to channel those tendencies. So if someone was born under the sign Mars, the planet Mars, which is the red planet, they definitely would have a tendency towards shedding blood. That could be either a surgeon or a murderer. So it's up to the individual. It's up to the choice of the individual. Any talent or character trait or aptitude can be used for the highest good or the basest evil. So it is said when it's said we are not subject to our mazel, it means we're not limited to our destiny, rather our own actions determine our fate. There's a belief among very devout Jews that if someone is deathly ill or has really having bad luck and needs a desperate change of luck, that they can go to the synagogue, and on mornings when the Torah is open and read, and the Torah is what other people call the Bible, a person can go up to the Torah, or they can send an emissary if they're really ill, they can't get them themselves, and change their name. And changing your name is like giving a new birth date to them, which means ultimately they're changing their birth date, which means that they're changing the constellations of the day they were born. So their fate is changed to the configuration of the mazalot of that day, giving them hopefully a whole new life. There's another meaning of the word mazel, and it's more relevant to the word we hear now, mazel tov. And the term mazel is a term that Jewish mystics use to describe the root of the soul. And though it's very highly debated amongst scholars and Jewish philosophers what actually a soul is, overall in Judaism, the soul is a piece of God that's in us, the intangible part of us. And the mystics say that only a ray, a piece of the soul, actually inhabits our body. The main part of our soul, our mazel, remains up there, shining down on us from a distance. So when we tell someone mazel tov, we are giving them a blessing. And the blessing goes something like this. May the drip of inspiration from your soul above not dissipate, but rather have a positive and lasting effect. From this event onward, and the event can be a wedding or having a baby or graduating or any wonderful, great event in your life that you want to congratulate someone on. From this event onwards, you should live your life in higher consciousness. Be aware of the blessings in your life and be ready to receive more and